Ladies and gentlemen, back again with another 7 o'clock Tavern game stream. I'm joined again tonight by Dave Stones. Hello, Dave.
Alright, how are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Hovering around about the starting stack with rebuys and everything. How are you doing in it?
I'm doing alright. Above average. I think I'm 13th out of 74 at the minute. I had a bit of a crazy start, up and down, but back into it now. So, first thing first of all, was during the rebuy period, the guy whose big blind it was, he just lost a big hand. The blind was at 250,500. He was left with 1,400 chips. So, he was pretty short. There'd been a couple of limps, and I was in the small blind with pocket 10s. So I'm assuming there that if I complete from the small blind with the limps as well, he's probably going to be going all in. And obviously, with this shove being 1,400 over 500 big blinds, it can then be reshipped after that. So he ships it all in, as I was expecting. Pocket 9s, then reships it all in. So obviously, I'm pretty happy here with pocket 10s and 9 on the flop. So I lost quite a bit on that hand, but then got it all in queens against 7s and queens held. So looking a lot better now.
What are you up to now?
What's that, sorry?
What stack size are you up to now? We've got loads.
On 53,000, so that's 44 bigs. So not bad at all.
I'm a little bit short. I've got 23 big blinds.
Still fine for now, though, isn't it? Yeah, how's your table looking? Who have you got?
So we've got pardon me, Dan Gibney from Scotland, David Kenny from Yorkshire. Northwest now. I'm going to say Northwest because it's not.
Yeah, it's all changed.
Rigger from Midlands, Angus Orr from Scotland, Matt Hubie, who is old school Northwest, and same with Shelley Coy, old school.
Oh, cool, yeah. I don't recognise those names.
Yeah, they're very, very, very old school LPPL.
It's good to see people coming back while this is going on. Hopefully they'll stick around as well when the live games begin.
Oh,
interesting. Under the gun.
I'm going to make it 3x here just because Angus calls quite a lot.
Yes, yeah.
And
there's not any particular short stacks at that point that you really need to be worried about reshipping on you at that point. So you're not going to be left with any. You shouldn't really be left with many crazy decisions. That's not
min betting to me. I think I'm just going to flat that one and see what he does. Yeah. That one, I'm just a little check. I think I'm going to go for a little bet here on the river.
Try to squeeze out a little bit of value.
Yeah.
Do you think he could have led into with a flush draw possibly there? Maybe a straight draw or something like that?
Yeah, I think if I raise as well, I don't think he's folding it.
No, so I think that you've probably got the most that you're going to get in that hand. I mean, anything which had a little bit of value is probably going to be calling you on the river.
Yeah. If he's got ace-7, ace-9, he's calling me on the river. I don't think he's checking the river with either of those hands, to be fair. But
no.
He could have had king-jack, queen-10, queen-jack, those sort of hands, king-10.
Yeah, a lot of pairs and a lot of pairs of straight draws, flush draws going on. He's only completed from the big blind, isn't he? So there was a lot of options there.
See, you've just moved tables because I had yours open and it's now closed.
Yeah, so who have I got on this one? So I've got Mike Freer. I play with him pretty much week in, week out when the live game's going on, so I know him quite well from Humber League. Annette Mills, I don't know that name.
She was from the old South Yorkshire area.
John Hall, I'm not familiar with that.
John Hall, I think Northwest.
Ruth Fullerton. That's Mac's wife, isn't it?
I don't know. Let's load up your table. There we go. I've got your table up on screen now for a little bit.
So I've not played a hand yet on this table. I wasn't even actually dealt into this hand, so can't tell you what I would have had here.
So you can't go broke. It's always a good sign when you sit down at a new table and don't go broke straight away.
Exactly, yes. Pete Skinner as well. He's a player from Humble League that I know quite well. He's quite short. Marshall Ray, he's stacked up. He can be a bit dangerous. He plays some big hands. He plays some big pots, from what I've seen. There's a lot of re-raising. So him having a lot of chips should be quite exciting. I've got 7-4 here under the gun, so I'm not particularly interested in that one. Let it go.
Let me just make sure that we are live because I'm struggling to find the stream. We should be live.
We'll make sure the delay's on as well.
Yeah, it's on a 3-minute delay. I mean, I've been live for 6 minutes, so. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It says it's
good.
live. We'll have one person watching, which is probably me right now.
I will send the link out, see if we can get some more people on. Give me a second.
Another update as well, you know, for next week when we start streaming.
Yeah.
So we're streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for anyone that doesn't know. And we're going to be streaming the playoff final Thursday night, start to finish. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday we're doing bronze, silver, gold finals. So everything's going to be on. So we're going to see who wins prize money. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be the big one. That's what we've been playing the last month for. Right, just let me share this out. So here I've got 10-4 on the big blind. I'm still going to call because it's going to be a lot of value because it's probably going to be about 6 bigs in the middle. I don't think there's going to be a re-raise from Sean Hall here. And that's a pretty bad flop. Obviously, I was looking for something pretty specific with this hand.
10-10 flop's not a bad.
Don't look like we're going to get it. So I'll give it up. I don't mind risking one big blind for a chance to win 6.5 bigs. If we get the right flop, if we get lucky.
Yeah.
Not this time.
I am involved in a little pot. I'm just going to flick my table up. This is an interesting one. So Angus has min raised from the small blind.
Yeah, and
I've
you've got the open down draw.
And then, no. So I think I'm going to do
Nice.
I'm
nice
not
turn.
going to let it. I'm not just going to flat and let it get to the river. I'm going to.
No.
I'm going to rate. If he's got a boat, he's got a boat. Fair play to him. He's got 3-4 as well. Wow.
Oh.
Did not expect to see the same hand. Yeah, so from next week when we go live, we'll also be live on Facebook as well. We're hoping.
That'll be good too.
I'm trying to get streaming on YouTube and Facebook, so
You can't avoid it.
The LPPL family will get sharing that. I think I'm just going to shove all in here. I've got 20 bigs.
You'd expect that. You'd expect it's probably going to get through for that amount with the limps.
Yeah.
Don't know a lot of
there's
fold
only
equity.
Angus got me covered, really, and he doesn't have me covered by much. I don't expect Rigger to call too much.
We've seen Angus limp with a lot of hands too, so I don't particularly think it's going to be limping with something super strong here. Yeah, let's pick up some chips.
And if it goes limp again, I'm probably just going to do exactly the same here with pocket eights.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this time you can get something from the big blind with that amount of chips. You could actually just open shove here when the small blinds only got like 12 bigs themselves.
Yeah, I don't want to make it like 2.5x, like 4.
And then they flat call and the flop comes up Jack 10-3 or something like that.
Or even if he shoves for like 19k, do I really want to be calling? I don't want to have to call off half my stack.
But with their stacks, I think it's makes sense that you can shove the.
Yeah, it is a call, but I just don't want to like put myself in that situation where he can shove. I don't want to get shoved on there. I'd rather put the pressure on. Oh, all in a call. Ace King v Ace 5. Ace King
Oh,
wins.
Ace 5 had a few outs there. They had the straight draw, they had the Ace of Diamonds as well, and obviously the 5.
Too many outs in there on that one, isn't it?
Yeah, managed to dodge it all.
I think I'm going to get rid of my 7-2 here.
So anyway, you're back 22nd out of 64, so it's not bad.
No, I'm getting back up there.
Back in the game.
Yeah, that's what we like. To give a little teaser for everyone for next week, because obviously you've seen how the stream's going to look for next week.
Yeah, it's going to look really good here.
We're going to have so much more information on the screen than what we currently get, which obviously is just one table. We're going to have 2 tables showing. I don't want to give away too much, but there's a lot of the information we talk about, like chip stacks and average stacks, stuff like that, is going to be coming up.
So I think just the ability as well to have 2 tables, especially when in some of the tournaments where it's like the top 8 get prizes, so you're getting towards final table. That's going to be pretty good that we can commentate across both tables without having to flick between one and the other on the stream.
Yeah, I guess it is a little bit tough, isn't it, for us, like when we get to that stage. And
yeah, and you know that as soon as there's action on one table, you're going to be missing whatever's going on the other one. Aces versus Kings.
Kings for Aces. Action table on that for me tonight, my God.
So Michelle, after just doubling up through Angus Orr, now right back in danger.
Please don't shove on my big blind, Michelle. I'd feel like I was probably priced in if she'd have shoved as well. I'd have been putting 7 into like 12.
Yeah, if it's just a heads-up situation, if no one else is involved in the hand as well, then...
oh, we'll fold.
No, that's definitely not.
Definitely a fold with Jack 4 there. Ace Queen. Nice answer. We'll turn that option off so I can show people when I bluff them. I think
I don't have that set up on man.
Yeah, I like to show people when I bluff them. So, because Angus calls quite a lot, I don't want to just like make it like 8-9k here. I think I'm just going to do this with like everything I'm going to raise with, I'd just shove. I'm not going to show the Ace King. Don't want them to see that I had a hand.
Dan Gibney here.
No, I'm going to fold. I was going to be cheeky and try and see if I could limp in and hope the big blind checks, but...
They're just really short at that point, aren't they? You're not expecting it, and also you wonder, has Danny Gibney possibly limped under the gun to hope that the big blind would shove?
Yeah.
You know, could he have done that?
It would have worked out this time, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
See, Angus open, so I'm going to fold. I was actually
going
to raise this hand.
As well, you've just got to consider the fact that we do have that short stack left to act after you. So you know you can't just expect even that you're going to only be calling up 6,000, because if you call, she goes all in, then Angus can still reship over at that point.
Yeah.
So
I think it's one of those. I'd much rather be the aggressor in the hand than the caller in that. I don't want to call that with Queen Jack offsuit in that spot.
Yes, especially given the fact that the short stack there, they're not exactly going to put you on anything super strong at that point as well. So yeah. I don't think that's going to slow them down too much.
No, we've got a little bit of action going on your table, don't we?
We do, yeah. We've got Mike going all in here. He's only got 4 big blinds with Ace King against Ace Jack. That was a very bad river.
Ouch.
Well, he did what he needed to do.
We have just missed that on my table. Angus had 7-5.
What did Danny have?
I will just replay the hand if it's at all possible. Just trying to get the hand replayer up so we can. Oh, I've moved tables. That one. Nope, it's not letting me show. So Angus has got involved in the hand with 7-5 suited. Danny's small blind with 7-2 of hearts, and it's come 4-6-3 with 2 hearts, and it looks like the money went in on the flop.
King Queen here. You've got a lot of people left to act still. Obviously, I think you're going to be hoping that it's just going to get through at this point. With Conrad having 11 big blinds himself, if he ships all in,
yeah, well, Michael
you're going to have to make the fold.
So,
well, this isn't bad.
I think because it's a bit of a wet board, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger sizing than I normally would. I think I'm going to bet 11.5 here. If he's got ace-x of hearts, he definitely raises me on the turn.
The trouble as well is that being out of position on that hand, it's just going to be such a good card for him there to bet on at that point. If you've led the flop, obviously you could be c-betting that flop with anything. It doesn't even particularly mean that you have to have the queen. If you check the turn at that point, he can just put so much pressure on you.
Yeah. If I check the turn and he bets like 11.5, I'm in such an awful situation with like 29,000.
So to continue at that point, you can still have the ace because you could have literally just led that flop with a hand like ace jack, ace king, something like that, continued it going on. Ooh, I just got, well, I didn't get lucky on my hand. Someone, John Hawley, limped in with ace 6. I was in my big blind with 8-2. I flopped an 8 and it was good.
I'm going to watch our table for a couple of minutes, I think.
We've got a few short stacks on this now.
Yeah. Hopefully we see a bit of action. We like action.
So I'm not going to be calling this. I've only got 4-6, and obviously Mark's got 6.5 bigs in his big blind. So I don't want to be left with a decision with 6-high if he does decide to shove, which is very possible.
So flick mine up. So we've got Michael French has limped in, and then Conrad has shoved. So I'm obviously chucking 9-3. See if Michael calls. King Jack. The King Jack hand gets some people in so much trouble, does that?
Not one of my favourites.
It's like I will play it first in position, but I don't think I'm a fan of the limp call for just short of 7 bigs.
No, because it does leave you. I mean, now he's only got 13 bigs himself. It's not in great shape anymore.
So Bob Law, if I limp, can shove with pretty much any 2, but he's not going to call light. I don't really want to flip off for half my stack.
I'd definitely just jam that. At least you know you're not dominated.
Yeah,
it definitely doesn't have a bigger pair.
Yeah.
Could be flipping with a hand like Queen 10 that he's thinking about, something like that. I think any ace at that point would have probably gone all in for that amount as well.
He could have had like 5, 6 or something like that.
That's what you're hoping for.
I think he's tanking for a little bit there with 5s or 6s. Oh. So I'm going to fold my 7-2. So we're down to 49 players from 104.
And how many get paid today? Is it 11 places get paid today, is it?
Yeah. There were 131 in this last night. So I'll fold the 8-9 there. We've got 100 Wow. So obviously with the new point structure, you get 100 points for finishing outside the top 24. and then you get 5 points per player you outlast. So it is possible to get some good points in these. Oh, this is the average stack in the tournament at the minute is 49,000, so 16 and a bit bigs. On my table, there's only 2 people with less than that.
Not bad.
I think I'm going to make this 3x again. I don't usually open 3x, but I found in these games that you don't get peeled quite as much if you make it 3 times.
I just had an interesting one on my table.
I'm putting it in here.
Yep, good luck.
Yep, for flipping. It's a good spot. It's a
Yeah,
very
and
good
it
spot.
holds.
That's I think that's the first all-in pot I think I've won on stream.
I just saved myself a few chips on mine. I raised up with Ace King. Jeff Little called from the big blind. Flop came up 7-2-2 with 2 spades. I also had the ace of spades at this point as well. I lead out the flop, get 3 pots for almost my entire stack, so I thought, and he shows pocket 7s for the flop full house.
Are we going to see an all-in and a call? We've seen, well, not an all-in, we've got an all-in.
Ace 7, King, Queen.
It's actually quite a good reshove there with ace 7. As it turns out.
So I'm fairly short now. I'm going to be looking for a spot.
And I am 2nd out of 46.
Not bad going.
So I'm going to fold my hand.
So I've got Conrad on my table. He must have moved across from yours. Marshall's still pretty stacked up.
We'll keep it on your table. David Meehan's just shoved all in on my big blind for 8 bigs, but I've got Jack 5 offsuit, so he's going to win my big blind, and that's about it.
I'm not going to be defending this. I've got 10-5 off.
Yeah, stacks are a little bit too shallow now, aren't they, to be defending. Ooh.
Ace King, that's definitely beating my 10-5. But I was more
What
live than I was imagining. What are you going to do here?
I'm folding.
Yeah, because there's a limp under the gun as well, under the gun +1.
Yeah, I'm definitely
and
folding.
Obviously.
I'm trying to make it look like I folded better than Queen Jack, obviously. The tank, but.
What's Pete going to do?
Very
He calls. Ace 8.
Well,
Ace 8 looking good.
We'd have won a few more chips. It would have been a horrendous call though with Queen Jack there.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, given the action, this would have been terrible.
If you flip over to my table, I've got pocket aces.
Oh. So, I'm folding my 6-2 on the button just in case anyone was unsure as to how bad I play. I'm not that bad yet.
So I definitely wouldn't mind someone shoving beforehand. Shove the button. Hopefully it'll look a little bit more loose, me going all in from the button.
If Annette calls you, she's got an hand, but obviously you're beating everything because you've got aces.
I think Conrad could call me a little bit lighter.
Yeah. Yeah, because he'll know you're shoving a lot light. He knows you can shove a lot lighter there.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, if either of them call you, they've been unlucky to run into aces in this spot.
Yeah, for this amount of chips on the button. I should have a lot worse than aces here.
I think you're picking it up. Yeah.
Not fantastic.
I think if Conrad was calling,
still
he'd
in.
have snapped.
Back to 10-6. Back to normal. So Jeff has limped under the gun here. Big blind only has 5 big blinds. Could he be limping to trap? See, there's quite a lot of short stacks on this table.
You in the APAC game tonight?
I am, yeah. I'm doing the squads game, which is PLO tonight, and I'm doing the championship game as well.
I'm just going to flick onto my table because we've got action. All in from the button, Queen 8. Oh, that is brutal for Jacks.
Oh no!
That is a killer.
What a way to go!
My God!
Counterfeit Jacks. I've just gone all in on my table.
I'll flick that one over.
This time I've got A7 of clubs. I think if it gets to the roof, I think this is getting through.
Yeah, nice little pickup.
I don't particularly mind that with A7.
It's one of those you don't you shove in and you don't really want a call.
No, I'll take the chips.
As weird as that sounds, when your head's up, you don't really ever want a call when you've shoved with A7.
Yeah, the thing is, you're probably not going to see too many better hands when you've only got 7 big blinds. If you do get a call, there's going to be a lot of hands which are dominating you that are going to be calling you. You know, you've got like pocket 8s, pocket 9s, any high pocket pair from than that, any ace 10 above. So
yeah, the chances are you have 3 big blinds at 3 outs, don't it?
Too strong to fold, though. You can't fold it for that amount, A7 suited.
So, I am going to fold pocket 3s here. Under the gun, I don't need to get involved with this chip stack. It would be a little bit silly of me to open under the gun, I think, with 3s.
Yeah.
It's probably a tad on the loose side.
Certainly could run into a lot of trouble. David Amos, he's an APAC player as well. I don't know if he'd played LPPL before or if he's just jumped in this month as a new player.
Anything that gets new players in, though, is good.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Pocket 9s on the big blind, not bad.
So, we could see some chips flying about here.
Interesting start to the end.
Yeah, we'll see what the other guys do, but yeah, this is going in. I'm putting my foot down. I'm putting a bit of pressure on here.
I don't think that they've ever limped with the worst case scenario is that.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh. That works. That works a lot. There we go. So we'll flick to your table. I'll literally flick to your table at the exact point you shove.
Yeah, I was in the small blind with ace 8, so from small blind to big blind, it's a no-brainer there.
So it's folded round to me. Bob Law on the big blind has got 6.4 bigs, and I've got Jack 5 suited in the small. So I think I'm going to let him increase his stack. I'm going to give him that walk.
Yeah.
I don't want to double him up. Here, I am definitely raising though. It's a little bit too strong as this far. I don't really like the shove, but I don't really have much choice. It's not better than 2-1.
Yeah.
I take that. I'm happy to see. I'm not happy to see a king on the turn, but I'm happy to see king 10 when I go from there with this. So it could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, you're still going to be in the top 3 with that stack anyway, aren't you?
I'm 5th at the minute.
5th. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'd have won that pot, I would have been chip leader. In fact, I was chip leader.
You was before that, yeah.
Didn't even realise. Fours v Queens. Oh, Pete Berry's in trouble.
Queen's hold.
My A7 would have hit a full house.
Always the case.
Okay, so Trace is open 3x under the gun. I am going to let this go. Because I was most definitely raising if that folded to me.
Yeah. We've got something brewing on our table. Oh. Not
Ace
quite
V king.
against kings though.
I'm going to flick to your table then.
Got short stacks getting involved in this one. We've got a limp under the gun, then a limp under the gun +1, then under the gun +2 is all in for 2 big blinds.
What are we going to get?
Marshall's not going to be folding here, that's for certain.
Has Marshall limped to trap?
Possibly, because you consider that the big blind only had 3 bigs themselves.
I've just been given a walk with Ace-8 offsuit. I think I'm happy with that. Jeff must have a queen here to be betting.
It'll be interesting to see what he's limped under the gun with, because obviously he's just flat called the shove as well, so he hasn't tried to isolate Marshall out of the hand. Queen 9.
We are about to see an all-in and a call here, because I can't really fold. I think my hand's a little bit too strong to fold to a 2.6 shove.
Now just got to hope Bob clears out of the way.
Yeah. I can't really fold it for like. Sorry, Chrissy, but I can't fold for the price. It's putting 8 in to potentially win 23. Would have been very interesting if Bob would have called.
Yeah, because then you've still got to defend your hand at that point, and you still need some information about where you're standing on the hand, so you've got to bet that flop regardless. It's one of those things where some people will say, like, well, why are people betting into dry pots or things like that? It could be for 2 reasons. One, obviously, to protect your hand. You know, if Bob had some kind of ace-2, ace-3 or something like that, you flop the top pair of your king. You're not just going to let him.
You could have had a hand like 6-8 that is interested on a king 5-4 board as well. Yeah,
so you've got to protect against these type of hands. And also build up some value if you actually have the best hand as well.
I'm just going to flick to your... I'm gonna open here. I'm gonna keep it cheap though.
Gone all in 9s against Ace Jack, and it's a pretty good flop for 9s.
Flops quads.
Flops quads.
So I think I'm gonna bet here and hope that Lewis folds. I do not want to call. There we go. 150k. That works. Oh, P2. Can one of us convert and get a final table on stream?
It would be nice.
It would be nice, yeah, it would be nice.
I've got a little bit of work to do.
I've still got a lot of work to do, to be fair. There's 34 players remaining.
Yeah, it does get to this point now where it is going to get a little bit crazy. We are going to see a lot of shoves.
I'll flick to your table because you're involved in a little pot.
Yeah, I've purely completed from the small blind. At that point, I had 5-8 suited. Obviously not a great hand, but when there'd been the limp as well, that can sometimes protect me from the big blind just putting me all in when there's been a limp from a decent stack.
So on that flop, if you have 8-5 of hearts, do you just open shove?
Yeah, I think I can on that flop because the limp, it's not really going to be a good flop for the limper, I don't think, unless they've limped to trap. Big blind could obviously have a bit of it, but I'm always going to have equity, and I think that they actually fold a lot of times if I just jam that flop.
So given you've seen a net's very, very tight on the big blind, are you shoving if Marshall folds?
Definitely not, because I've got Jack 6 off. Yeah, I think I can get a better spot than that. Obviously, we've said before about the fact that there's no antes in this tournament that I can...
You can wait.
Exactly, hopefully see something a little bit better.
Like, if you've got 6-7 suited there, I think you're probably shoving.
If this folds to me now, I'm going to be all in.
Oh, no pressure, Marshall?
If it folds to me. No, I'm definitely not. I had ace-2 of hearts.
Yeah, I'd have ripped there.
So I can shove, but I'm not doing anything else. I'm not calling anything with it.
Quickly just going to flick over to my table because we have an all-in and a call. An all-in and a reship. Ace-Queen v Ace-10. Oh.
Ace-10 gets there.
Okay. 32 players remaining. So I hope me and you avoid this, I hope I don't go into that little gap on your table.
Yeah, exactly, because then that ruins the stream a little bit.
Yeah, it means so you don't really ruin the stream. Just means I have to stop sharing my screen with you. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It just makes our jobs a touch harder. Is Michael French going to call for another 58,000?
So he's open for 3x under the gun. I think he's going to be folding this.
It's a good price.
That shove seems very strong though.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, Ace King.
Yeah, I think he has to call with Ace King there, definitely.
I know he didn't. I know he lost the hand, but I still feel that was a bit of a slow roll.
Yeah, Ace King's a definite call.
So we've got new place to my table, Gail Carberry. Dan Tyler, is it?
Dan Tyler, yeah.
And Mark Scargill. Mark Scargill is going to be making his stream commentary debut next weekend.
Right in time for the finals.
Yeah, I suppose I should give people a little clue of who's coming up next week. So far, Thursday night, we're going to have John Legend Husband on with Dave and me. Same for Friday night. Saturday, for the silver final, we've got Mark Scargill and Ryan Mitchell. Two players who I'm sure you will agree seem to have phenomenal records in this. The amount of times we see their names on final tables. It baffles me.
Yeah, and you've just got to check out next week as well. That's what we've been playing all month for the final, for the prizes.
And then Sunday night for the gold final, provided this player doesn't qualify, which, they're in the silver final Saturday, so there is a chance we will have Holly Stanswood making her debut on the commentary team. I'm hoping to try and get Irish Tom and Sharky on for Sunday night as well, with it being the Vegas packages for the top three. Trying to get those guys on as well. I'm hoping to try and get a few next week and try and have like four, maybe 5 of us each night for commentary.
Yeah, it could definitely make it exciting.
Yeah, that's the... So I'm going to fold my Queen 9. You're looking quite short-stacked now.
Very short-stacked, yeah.
So you're on the button, so I'm going to fire up your table for a minute.
I've got 7-3. So
you can't.
Just not good enough. It's very, very annoying at this point when you've got yourself into such a short stack. You can't do anything. This one as well, I've got Queen 7 offsuit. So because there's been action before us as well, I'm not going to be getting involved.
So far, we've both outlasted 77 players.
I've come to the conclusion that with this stack, I'm definitely going to be getting it all in behind and just hoping for the best.
No, not necessarily. Might wake up with aces next time.
Yeah, that would be the dream.
Or
like your pocket jacks last night for, what was it, 2 big blinds or something?
It wasn't even a big blind.
It wasn't even
a small blind. That was after I'd just lost with ace jack, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I possibly should have folded that ace jack, I think. It was very close.
So what do we have this time? Queen 10 offsuit.
Oh.
Again, the limp as well. So we did see Jeff limp before under the gun. Last orbit, he limped with Queen 9 and then called off the... Well, it was only a 2.5 big shove. So we know that he does like to limp a lot.
So Marshall's over.
Marshall's, yeah, for half his stack. So I think at this point, if it did fall back around to Jeff shouldn't just be flat calling. If he was going to be calling, he should just get it all in at this point. He's either got to fold or go all in. Like, that's the only options.
we've got an interesting little pot on my table. So Bob Law limps under the gun out of like a 19 big blind stack. Falls down to small blind David Amos, who opens 4x. And I'm sat there with 9-10 suited in the big blind. Like, I just want to peel, but I can't call 4x.
I'm all in here, and I'm expecting a call, obviously. I've got pocket 8s. Interesting. Let's hope we got some ace king, ace queen hands. We got some value. Oh. Right, let's hope we get an 8.
I've just been put in that situation where if I was big blind, I'd definitely re-raise.
Yeah, but it's got to be folded there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very far behind here.
How does 4s win?
Kings versus queens versus 8s versus 4s, and yeah.
The worst hand won. The worst hand won. So David Amos has just left my table and gone on to what would have been yours.
Yep.
We're down to 25. So for your 27th place there, you've outlasted what? 77 players. 385 points plus your 100 for playing, so...
Yeah, it's still early days, isn't it? So
I like the new system a lot more than I like the old system.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a bit of a pain last time, finishing 25th, 26th, 27th, and getting the same as finishing 100th.
Yeah. It's like you've played for the best part of an hour and 40 minutes to get the same points as the person who went out after 3 minutes.
And the thing is, as well, it still does give, favor. It gives the big stack, not the big stack, sorry. Gives the overall tournament winner some encouragement. They're still getting some big top heavy points as well.
So, new table. Mark Swales. Don't know who Mark Swales is.
I've heard the name.
Ian Gray. Don't know who Ian Gray is. Mark Leverett. I've seen him play. Connor Burnett.
He's from Humber.
Okay. Solid. We've not played any poker with him, so I don't actually know how he plays. We know how Paxo plays. And we know Thomas Mundy's not a bad player here, so... I don't think he's limping with better than ace-6. I don't think he's going to call. And I'm not letting him see a free flop.
No.
Definitely not letting that one get through. So I'm 7th of 23. Can I finally convert and make a final table? You playing the 9 o'clock game as well?
Yeah, I'm going to do the 9 o'clock game and the 10 o'clock game as well. I'm going to be playing quite a bit tonight, I think.
Yeah, don't think I'm going to play the 9 o'clock game tonight. I'm planning on trying to play most of the 7 PMs next week, if not all. I'll probably have to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because I don't think I'll be able to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to be streaming, and it is finals night, isn't it? So I sort of want to rip here, but I don't want Mark Swales to wake up with a hand.
Still just open at this point.
Yeah, I think if I just...
And then obviously you're going to be... Yeah, that's going to be a good result. Yeah, you're still going to be getting involved.
Yeah, I call the big blind, but I make it so if Mark does actually have a hand and he re-raises me, I can just get away. I don't want to get myself in a situation where I'm getting called off for like 130k or something with ace-9 off. I think if Mark has like 50k, I'll probably just shove. All in here.
Ace-8 against ace-queen. It's not a bad flop for ace-8.
Do you know so I think every time we've seen ace-queen all in on this stream, apart from when I had it, it's lost. I don't recall another time where ace-queen's won. Get rid of the jack-4. Looking forward to this next break. I'm in need of a beer. quickly just going to fire up the lobby while there's nothing really going on my table. So that's the current chip leaders for anyone that's not aware. I'm getting dealt back into a hand now, so we'll get rid of the ace-4.
Yep, too many players left to act there.
Open from the button, fold from +1. Oh, Ian doubled up. I must have missed that one. What are we going to get under the gun? Ace-8. Another fold. Ian's shoving. God, he's increased his stack massively, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes.
3 hands ago, 4 hands ago, he had like 18,000.
He still desperately needs a double up.
I don't think he does now. To be fair, 72. He's not a massive stack, but he's not like super short. Like he can afford now to let the blinds go through him.
I missed how the action went on this. Was it limp pre?
Yeah, limp.
Yeah.
Check the big blind with 9-5 and then this. Catastrophically. I'm sort of hoping, I think I'm just going to get rid of this. Definitely now.
Well, yeah, easy decision, no?
Yeah, I think I'd have folded anyway. I don't really want to just play Queen 4 out of position there.
No, so you're looking for something very specific there. You know, if you flop a 4 or a queen, you're not going to be feeling that strong about it.
Yeah, I'm hoping this goes 4-4. I think I'm just going to rip this. I don't really want to get shoved on. And it's not like I want to call. If I open, I don't really want to call Ian Gray's all in. Mark Twells is thinking, so he must have something. Oh. We must have got a better hand to fold.
I think so, yeah. I think it could have been possibly just like an Ace-8, Ace-9, yeah, something along those lines. Maybe a very small pocket there.
Just going to flick up your table because...
What have we got here? Ruth is finally all in.
Wow. Mark Scargill has just doubled up 2 hands in a row. So he got it in blind v blind with King 2 versus Ace 3 and 1. And then he gets it in with Kings versus 8s and wins again. He's a lucky sod, is Mark Scargill.
Examines.
Is Ruth going to call? David shoving like pretty much any 2 there, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's got too much to worry about. Marshall lost a few chips because he was quite a big chip leader, wasn't he?
Yes, I think he had Ace King versus Nigel Peach, who had Jacks.
Ah, right.
It was something like a 70,000 chip all in, so I could see. I thought Ruth might have folded there. So I'm just going to flick back to my table because I'm about to get dealt into a new hand. Ugh. Let me just put the table. There we go. I think if Thomas Mundy had an extra 50,000, I might be tempted to open it. But not
worth risking it at that point.
Yeah, like if he's got like 70,000, I can get away with minning, I think. I definitely put it in if I'm like in late position, but good fold. I would have wasted 20,000. So we're down to 19 players.
So 8 places off the money.
Pardon me. Yeah,
Can you make it?
I'm P9 at the minute, so well, I'm hopeful. It's very tight though. The average stack is only 12.5 bigs. So I'm just going to let Connor become chip leader again. And this is my spot.
Yep. Good luck.
I really don't want Bob Law to shove.
No.
Do we just rip? I think we should just rip here. I don't want to raise and get shoved on. Not at this stage.
Got an interesting hand here in Omaha. I have got ace, king, jack with suited ace, jack. Someone opened for pot, someone flatted. Obviously repotting at this point.
How deep are you, stack-wise?
I have got 20 bigs left after repotting pre-flop.
So you're probably putting it in on most flops as well.
Yeah. We are moving all in.
I think I'm going to fold Queen Jack suited here. Especially with the big stack. 2 chip leaders to act after me.
One of the players has folded the flop. Other guy's thinking, so I'm fairly sure I've got the best hand here.
What's the flop come?
It's come up king 6-4 rainbow.
Could have a hand like 7-5.
Yeah, possibly, but then I mean when I've repotted it pre-flop, he had ace 10-10 king, so he was in pretty bad shape, and I get a double.
Nice.
So unusual call, I guess.
Down to 17 players now in this.
Getting closer.
We're one closer now. 16 remaining. Oh, so I've been moved tables. This is really useful because the table that you were on is stayed open.
Yeah.
God. So new players, Lewis Doherty. I don't know him. So we know Mark Leverett, we know Paxo, we know Mark Swales, we know Bev Isles. Kevin Kent's Humber, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yes.
I've got Pete Brood. I don't know who Pete Brood is.
No, I've not heard that name before. I've just had a pretty awful run out in the Omaha the next hand afterwards, where I flopped a set on an 8-5-9 board, and then it came 10 card 6, river card 10, also putting a backdoor flush and straight on the board, and someone potted the river.
Do you play much Omaha?
Not really, no. So I won't exactly say that I'm a good player, but I've had some okay results in these tournaments, but I'm definitely not that good at it.
I absolutely love Omaha. So we make the break.
How are we looking? 10th out of 15, 4 places off the money.
So Annette Mills is the short stack with 4.5 bigs. It's sort of bunched up a little bit there, isn't it? Like there's 3 quite short stacks and then 3 quite big stacks, and it's quite well bunched.
So who have we got near the top then?
Lewis Doherty.
Lewis Doherty.
I have the 3 chip leaders on my table.
Could be an action-packed one then.
But on the flip side, I do only have 1 of the short stacks. Probably not good. I'd rather have the 3 chip leaders with the 3 short stacks. Just sort of one of those situations I can just avoid. Pick my spots. I did absolutely catastrophic in that 9 o'clock game last night.
Oh, did you? I think I finished somewhere in the top 20. Not great, but still points.
Yeah, I ran a really stupid bluff on a board where it was like, I'm going to rep this hand, but it probably doesn't make sense that I've got it, but I'm going to rep it. And they had the hand I was trying to rep.
Yes.
The good spot, the best spots to be in. Rep your opponent's hand.
So tonight we do have the 9 o'clock game, which is going to be starting in about 5 minutes time, depending on what's the delay on the stream. Is it 5 minutes today? Is it
3 minutes?
3 minutes, yeah. So that'll be starting in about 5 minutes time for anyone that's listening. And we've got the 10 o'clock deep stack game as well. That had a decent amount of players last night. It had about 50 odd players, which I think is the most that I've seen in one of the deep stacks.
Oh wow! I suppose they were capped at 32 though, weren't they, for a little while? So.
Yeah, there was, and I mean the one last night. I think what time did it finish? It finished last night at I can find out actually.
What about half one-ish?
1:20. Finished last night.
Oh.
But it's a weekend, so we don't mind.
Yeah, it's one of them. I don't think it'll get 50 players midweek.
No, definitely not midweek. But on the weekend, I'm definitely happy to play in them. It's just a nice, good structured tournament. I mean, when it comes to the add-on period, most people were sat with about 150 big blinds, so you got a lot of post-flop play. It wasn't just, all in fold pre-flop. It was nice.
That's what you want, though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why it looks quite good. The structure that they've got in place for the finals next week. Is it 50k starting stack with 8-minute blinds?
Is it? I didn't realize it was that deep. Let's have a look. Let me have a look on the forum. So, yeah, so basically, the playoff is on Thursday night, 10k starting stack, 6-minute clock. So that's a bit of a turbo. Bronze final on Friday night, 10k starting stack, 8-minute clock. Silver final is 25k on an 8-minute clock, so that'll be that's a nice structure. And Sunday, 50k on a 10-minute clock.
Yeah, so that's very good.
That's gonna be a late one.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth it because after playing that long for qualifying, you want a good structured tournament rather than just some shove fest. So yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can see me being in a situation where I'm going to be very tired at work Monday morning.
Luckily, I don't start till 1 o'clock on that Monday, so not too bad.
Yeah, I'm on at 8 o'clock. So at the minute we've got 6 watching the stream. I'm 1. I'm guessing you've probably got it open as well, Dave.
No, I don't. I did just to check on it, but I don't have it on. No one's left any comments, sadly.
No one's left any comments at the minute. So if you are watching, please just drop us a comment. Let us know who you are, who's watching. We'll say hello. If you're playing, please just ignore what I'm saying. Oh, we're starting back up. Let me fire up my table.
Right, that's a big race from the chip leader under the gun.
I'm quite happy with that because I can fold.
Yeah, don't have to think too much about it. And you was in pretty bad shape.
Yep, there was definitely better spots to be in than Queen 8 versus Queen. I wonder when we're going to see us first all in on this table.
Who will it be? We've got Paxo short, Bev that's short, Kev's not got loads.
I think
and
I'm going to be
obviously
cheeky.
yourself.
I'm going to be cheeky and try a little limp. And then I'm going to bet. Because we have the 9, I can bet there. There we go. Love it.
Pick up a nice spot.
And I think if this folds round, I'm shipping.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm probably still shipping.
Yeah, you hope it's dead money here.
It's a lot of chips for Mark to call out of his stack as well.
Yeah, and especially if he's thinking about the money as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
181.
Nice.
That puts me up to P. I moved to P8. That's it. Move up 1 spot, 2 spots. No. I'm just going to fire up the other table because we have got action. 10-8 versus aces. Oh.
And there was well, ace ends up getting lucky on the river. Flops the flush draw and a pair, turns 2 pair for 10-8.
Paxo was just all in and picked it up. 10-8 versus aces. That bad story between me and Mark the Sharp and when I was in Vegas. You know, in the 1K event satellite.
Yeah.
There's like 5 or 6 of us left or something, and I crack his aces with 10-8.
Oh no.
I think I call his raise pre-flop. Flop some sort of like, I've either got a pair or like a draw, and just ship it into him and get there. And knowing me, I probably gave him a little rub down. Oh wow, 2 chip leaders clashing.
Here we go. Ooh.
Oh my god, really?
And it's a split pot. They were not the hands I was expecting to see for that amount of chips.
Unlucky Mark Swales, you must have been stewing. I'd have been flipping at that point. We have an all in and a call on the other table. Annette Mills all in with Ace Jack versus King 10. It's over.
Yeah.
Over on the turn. So we are down to 13 players.
2 places off the money.
So what are the payouts for tonight? I should get those ready, shouldn't I? Because I've actually got a chance of winning one now. Slim.
It still picks up a lot of chips in the last orbit anyway.
Yeah. So it's the prizes go from £11.80 for first out. So 9th, 10th, 11th gets £11.80. Winner gets £51.92. It's a nice little top up to the bankroll, I suppose. Pays for all next week's games. Nigel can't have played much with Ruth if he's just limped in there small to big.
She's very passive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He can't have played much because if he'd played much, he would have definitely been putting the pressure on there. So Mark Swayers limps in on my big. Check with the King Deuce. Hoping that he checks back because then I think my King's good. Yeah, he can have that.
We'll let that one go.
I'm not calling a pot size bet. I don't have enough chips to call a pot size bet there. Hey up, Sean. Sean Snell is watching.
Well, that's Sean. I think he's been listening to nearly all the streams, actually, Sean.
Oh, good. I don't think we've said out bad about Sean, have we? We've got King 10 versus King 7 here. Nice double up there for Bev.
King 10 takes it. Yeah, well, as much as I don't want to say it well as listening, he's a good player, Sean.
Yeah, I think his results in the league speak for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm folding the King Deuce here. Mark Scargill, is he going to call? Is he going to call Ruth's all in? Sorry about the jumping between tables, guys. I'm just trying to make sure every all in pot that we cover.
As we said, if you tune in next week,
you'll see it. You'll see everything.
All the tables. Well, when there's 2 tables.
Yeah, what I think I'm actually going to do is actually have all the tables loaded up and have them all the same size. I suppose if I go out if one table closes, I can just load another. So yeah. I'm not messing around here. 2 off the money. P7. I've only got to get through Lewis, really.
Switch the tables. I can't see.
Oh, no.
What do you have?
I have ace king. Sorry, I was commentating
okay.
on a hand you can't see. So Bev limps in. I've got ace king. I'm going to show so Bev doesn't call me a... I won't repeat the word on stream.
Ooh, now we got ace jack suited.
That's a fold now.
That's a big raise.
I actually think if it had folded to me, I was going to make it like 2.2. Just because I've got to get it past the 2 chip leaders.
Yeah, and we've seen that those guys aren't afraid to get it all in.
Yeah. We've seen it go 4-bet shove with ace 10 versus ace 9, haven't we? With these two as well. So.
Although you don't mind that with ace jack.
I hate that flop. It's like it's a good and bad flop. Like you've no idea where you are.
Now that's interesting. He's just led straight out into the pre-flop raiser. These guys are going at it, these guys.
I wonder if there's a bit of bad blood between these two. I wonder if
Maybe
some
they know
bad
each other
beats
too well.
happened.
Maybe one of them sent a turn across to the other one on the party poker animations.
Yeah. I'm glad I turned that off because I think I would have been distracted just throwing turds at Paxo. In fairness, I get on well with Paxo. He's a good lad.
I'd have definitely thrown him at Kev Kent.
I don't know Kev, so I can't really get away with it. If I threw a turd at Bev Isles, next time Bev saw me, I'd have got a crack.
Kev's a good guy, but he does end up with the butt of our jokes.
Did you mean to make that joke there when you said but? Well, we've been talking about throwing turds.
No, I didn't think that deep into it.
Fold deuces under the gun. It's just a silly spot to get myself in, isn't it, if I play with twos there?
Yeah. Kev picks it up. It's a big pot for him with that stack.
Oh, I keep picking up hands.
You know that like someone like Kev's going to shove all in for like that stack now, and it's just going to be painful.
I'm not folding to Paxo.
Not folding to Paxo.
That works.
It holds.
We are on the bubble. My
Lucky
God.
Paxo.
We are on the bubble, and I am P2. For the first time, I'm on the bubble in one of these things. On stream. Apart from the time when I forgot to put a delay on.
That was the worst timing.
Thing is, though, there were a lot of really good hands there, and I played some really good poker.
And no one got to see it. What are the chances?
I was getting all my value spots. I was getting paid. All my bluff spots I were getting through.
You just have to believe it because no one got to see it. We'll just have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
So limp under the gun from Mark here.
That might be a double bluff, me saying that all my bluff spots got through when half my value bets got called and the other half got folded. Could be a double bluff. We'll never know. So we have an all-in on the other table. Right, it's got through. So Bob Law's playing really well with his stack. So Bob Law is chip leader. And he's just open shoving the button like every single time.
What have the players to his left got? Are they quite short stacks in the bubble?
Not overly short, but...
Yeah, but it's good stacks to be putting pressure on because those are guys that can probably wait out and hope that one of the short stacks, like Ruth, goes out. And this could be
like
it.
That.
Yeah.
Unlucky Ruth, you are the bubble girl today. I've made the money. Let's make these tables red. I should make it green, shouldn't I? Green for dollar bills.
Green for the dollars.
I'm going to flick my table. So this is the hand where I had ace 4. Oh. Okay. I'd have had 800k there, I think.
That was the two big stacks once again going for it.
Yeah. If I'd have been involved in that hand, I would have had 800,000 chips.
But you made the right fold.
I did make the right fold, yeah.
We can't be results oriented. We need to be play oriented. Did you make the right play at the right time? Yeah.
No, I made the wrong play because I would have won. Ace 2
Of
versus
course,
3.
yeah. That's where I'm going wrong. Ace 2 gets it.
So Mark Swales has like just short 700k. That is a monster stack. How are we going to see the aggression pick up?
I think so.
I don't want Bev to shove here because I can't fold, I don't think. I don't think I can fold for 23k.
No, you can't fold. Unfortunately not.
She's going to crack me if I beat her with this. I had the best hand.
You've got it in good.
I got it in good with 10 high. I got donked.
What a read. Oh, that was nice. In one of my tournaments, I was watching your table. I shoved all in with ace king. I now have a lot more chips.
Oh.
But I don't know what happened.
So if Bev folds here, I am putting the pressure on Lewis.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, I shoved all in with ace king. I got called by pocket tens, and I hit an ace.
Nice.
And in the Omaha, I have 4 2s. Not in my hand, but I've got 2 in my hand and 2 on the board.
So you've flopped quads?
Turned quads, flopped a set, turned quads.
Are you in the hand though?
Yeah, and unfortunately, someone bet the flop. Someone called the flop. I just flatted from the button. And the turn card has come quads, and it's gone check, check, which is not fantastic.
No, it's fine. Check back.
Yeah, I've done 4 on the river, so let's hope someone's got pocket 4s. It's going to go check, check again, I can tell. It has gone check, check again. Can I get a little bit of value?
I'm going to fold back king 3 here. Really interesting table dynamic now on this table. With the average stack is 236k, so like just short of 12 bigs. And Mark Swale's got like 640k.
Yeah, so that totally distorts the average, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, and it makes it harder for me to play.
Because he's got triple average stack, it's purely should be shove or fold for any other player.
Yeah.
When there's only 10 left and he's got triple average stack, there's just shouldn't really be too many other options other than shove or fold.
I wouldn't normally have bet Jack 4 there, but knowing the player, if Bev would have had a king, she'd have shoved. I'm just going to flat call here. Yeah, just check. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. That went all in pre.
Wow.
That money went all in pre. Ace 3 versus aces. Ace 3, 3 board. 3 on the river.
What a brutal way.
Mark Scargill, you run better than Usain Bolt on speed. I wish I ran that good.
What more can you ask for? Aces flopping a full house, and it's still not good enough. What more could you want?
So after this hand, I think I'm going to flick over to the other table, just because the table dynamic. Oh, ace king wins. Here we go. We are
on the bubble. We're on the bubble for final table.
Bubble. And the 2 short stacks are over here. God, this is such an awful spot.
Jam it.
Yeah, I think if I'm running to a hand, I'm unlucky.
Yeah.
Not showing. Same again.
I'd say we've got 2 super short stacks on your table. Well, Bev Cole, you've been putting a lot of pressure on her when she's been in the hands with you.
I'm going to show the ace jack for Bev, just so Bev doesn't give me a slap. I want Bev to know that I have a hand, so I'm not folding if Bev shoves.
She's just called.
Limps. I'm going to put pressure on. I'm going to show once again, so I don't get a slap. If you know Bev, she's a lovely woman, but she will give me a slap.
So if she shoved with 7 high, what do you think she limped with?
I don't know. I think she tried min raising to steal it because she knows I know she's usually quite tight.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Ian has had a perfect read, 10 high, always ahead.
I think I'm just going to let this one go. I think if the blinds were the other way around and Kev was small blind and he'd have called as well, I probably would have called that with 7-5. I'm going to let this go with Ace-3.
Oh, come on, Kev. You got to do something.
So the stacks on the other side and the other table are pretty even. That's the stack sizes on the other table.
What's the page jump? What's the next page jump?
Not a right lot. Let me see. Next page jump is £2.36p increase. So we go from 11.80 to 14.16. So it's not like it's a life-changing amount of money either.
No, and points-wise for the league, it's not really a super significant jump from 9 to 8. So I think if you're short at this point, you should still be taking your chances.
Yeah, I'd agree.
We're trying to ladder.
If this folds, which it hasn't, unless Bev shoves, I'm limping in here. Because Mark Swales can't re-shove if Kev Kent shoves.
Yep.
So I have a chance at seeing all 5 for 30k. And it's not a position that's going to put me too bad, actually, to be fair. Why bet King 6? I mean, it won, but why bet King 6? I don't understand that. So we are down to the final table.
So who have we got then? Who are the big stacks? Obviously Marcus just crushing it chip-wise. Only Bev in immediate danger, but everyone else has obviously still just got not a lot of chips to manoeuvre.
Chip stacks of Mark Swales has got 860, I have 270, Bev's got 94. Look at those other chip stacks. That's quite even.
Yeah, so I said this is a point where it does skew up the average a little bit because the average chip stack's when one player has got nearly 4 times the average stack. It's taking all those chips away from the other players as well, so it's hard to base it on that too much.
Right.
Yeah. I think with pocket 8s, you're really looking for everyone to fold at this point.
Yeah, I'm only really.
I mean, you don't necessarily want to flip.
No, I don't.
When there's still a few short stacks which are left in the game, but
yeah, I don't need to flip. That's the thing. I don't need to flip, but I mean,
you're still going to shove
it. 8. I thought I had an 8.
We're still in.
Yeah, we had a short stack though. I don't think 3s are good enough here. I think.
Ben's coming along this time.
I'm in bad shape.
Come on, give her a race king. Or deuces.
Oh, she don't do it with deuces. I'm in bad shape. Without a shadow of a doubt. Hold. Oh, don't give me 10. Oh, the brutal river. What's the bloody 10? Where's the 2 on the river? So my final table lasted a grand total of 2 hands. That was short-lived.
And now you know it's just going to go super crazy now.
I think I'm going to call Bev to win this.
She's going to have to ramp up the aggression a little bit if she's going to do that, though. As I said, anything can happen at this point.
8th place is not a bad result, I suppose.
No, some good points early on. Get some something to start with.
Yeah, that's all I can ask for, innit?
I haven't seen Marshall do too much in a while, actually, but that's it's quite a big raise, but there was a limp under the gun as well.
Oh. Where were that when I had 8s? Where was that when I had it?
So Rob is forced all in on his big blind.
So at the start of final table, Rob was P2 and I was P3. And it looks likely that we're going to be the first two out.
I don't know, that could be a good flop from there. When he's forced all in, that could be a good flop.
That might be a bad turn.
Maybe not so much.
Does he have the 10 deuce? Does he have Dow Brunson's legendary hand?
Let's remember that Marshall limped under the gun here as well.
I don't think he checks a 10 up flop though.
No, I don't think he's got a 10 here. What could he be thinking? Oh.
I've got the stream on in the background and I can see my 8's hand. I can see how I messed up the final table.
Oh, Bob has gone. Ace-high takes it. No, Ace-high splits it.
Chop chop. So we lose Bob Law in 7th. What's next payout? Let's have a look. £16.52 next payout.
Yes, I just took 2 players out in the Omaha. I'd like to say I played the hand well, but the actual answer is that I had King, what did I have? King, Jack 4. The flop came up 10, King 6, and it went shove and reshove.
That's a good flop.
So, yeah. That took 2 players out.
That's the flop of dreams, isn't it?
So after we said that Bev should be playing more aggressive to win this, she definitely
so.
is playing more aggressive. Now she's crushing it. Look at that. Connor, he's not going to be folding this big blind. Please don't limp here.
Scargill won't limp. If you know Mark Scargill, he's not limping here. Fold. Oh, I folded him in front of him. Oh, diamond sweat. Missed.
There we go. Connor, right back in it. Again, that's what Party Poker likes to do. It just likes to rub you down, give you such a monster hand in the big blind after being completely crushed. I'm seeing this all the time.
Brutal game. So we're not going to be streaming tomorrow night. Just going to sort of give it a break and then back new stream for next week. We are going to be going Facebook Live as well next week.
Yeah, hopefully that should bring a few more people into it as well.
Yeah, we're thinking that doing Facebook Live as well will give up people the opportunity. More people will share it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I mean, obviously with YouTube, that's very useful for the people. There's obviously a lot of people that don't have Facebook. So it's an open platform for anyone to watch on. So you got 2 choices now. It's going to be easy to share it on Facebook. And again, you don't have to be going across to another site or anything like that. You can just click on the link. We'll probably be spamming it with it being the final. So get ready for that.
Yep. Yep, most definitely. There's going to be a lot of Facebook posts about that. Lose Nigel Peach in 6th.
So Connor Ladders.
So Bev, who's been really short stacked all the way, has guaranteed herself £18.88.
Marshall loves a limp.
And I realise we're not playing for big money here, but you know, we are categorically a pub league.
The thing as well is for anyone, if anyone is watching this that doesn't play LPPL, I mean, that'd be surprising if anyone is watching it that doesn't play. But how it works is that 50% of the money gets paid out for each game, and then the rest of the money is put into part of it is put into prize funds, which is why at these finals next week we've got Las Vegas trips, Malta trips, and also just some cash to be won, Party Poker dollars as well. So it's something that can just, give you a little bit of money, a bit of incentive to win each game as you're going along. And then obviously you've got the big prizes at the end to play for as well. And if you manage to go a few weeks without cashing, you won't be complaining if you manage to win a Vegas trip, some spending money, or even enter to the 10 grand main event, which someone is going to win.
That's insane.
So just from playing a couple of £2 tournaments each day, it can happen. Well, it is going to happen. Someone's going to win it. It's just a shame it's so long away.
Oh no!
Oh, wow. Connor's coming right back into it. And I need to remember to sign into this 9 o'clock game. Before I forget, I wasn't even looking at what the time was.
Oh, we have 7 watching now.
Hello to whoever's new.
Yeah, we were down to 5 last time I checked a few minutes ago, so...
That's because we're getting close to the money now, it's getting exciting. If you've started watching now, you can't turn it off. You can't get this close and not find out who wins.
Yeah, you have to watch the rest.
Who does that? Who starts and then bails out when there's 5 players left?
Interesting little limp under the gun there from Mark, and then a min from Marshall.
Again, these guys don't care that the short stacks. They're not bothered about that. They're not bothered about laddering for points or money.
Well, I've just noticed 4 minutes ago I had an email. Tom has already sent the money, prize money for tonight.
Not bad going.
Very impressed. He did say though that once they got the admin process, on top of it and got their heads round it, that payments would be very quick.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job running everything.
It's a lot of admin work for them. I think they've got a great deal with Party Poker. I don't know if they've actually got a deal with Party, but I imagine that there's some sort of benefit for them, doing everything on Party Poker now.
Yeah, did I see something as well about during this next qualifying period that they were doing like something along the lines of like top player of the week winning some tournament tickets or something like that as well?
Yeah, I think the top player of the week wins like a $22 ticket.
So again, yeah, that's a little cool incentive for people to be playing.
Top player of the month wins like a $215 ticket, something like that. I may be wrong on that, so please don't quote me. That's just... I don't want someone finishing top and be like, why did I not win this? Dwan said this.
But check out on the website, because I'm sure it is on there somewhere. I'm sure that's where I've seen it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Hopefully we aren't getting ahead of ourselves here. Right, I'm not going to lie, I totally just missed what happened, but Mark has now got 3,642 chips.
He could be chip leader by the time it's his big blind. You'd need an absolute miracle.
Well, he could ladder a place, that's for sure. But we don't want to see people laddering. We want to see people going for it. Although I'd probably ladder myself if I was in. I'm not going to lie.
I'm trying to see if I can find... Right. So, weekly most valuable player and player of the week added value. $215 Oh, we lose a player. Mark Scargill has laddered.
He's done it. He did what he needed to do. He set himself a challenge to win another $4 and he won them $4.
If he loses this pot, this is chip passing to Bev, his partner. All 3,600 of his chips.
Are they in cahoots?
I don't know, I'm joking. I'm joking. Just in case.
No, he had pocket jacks and he does it. He has now got 1/6 of a big blind.
He has a third of a small blind. It's impressive. So the weekly most valuable player gains a $215 millions day one entry, and I think that the player of the week gets a $22 millions ticket. So that'll be like a $22 satellite into the $215 millions day one.
Yeah.
We lose Mark Scargill. The comeback has truly died. Can Bev, my pick, win this?
Come on, Bev, turn it around.
Come on, Bev. Do it for Northwest. Yeah, so the monthly league challenge gets a $215 ticket as well. That's phenomenal.
Lots to play for. So if anyone's watching this and you aren't playing, get signed up, get playing, get some points, win some money. Remember, any of these satellite tickets that you're winning as well, these 215 tickets, you can build them up. Just imagine winning one of the millions tournaments.
Oh, that'd be insane. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Right.
Yeah, I've seen these stories happen plenty of times before.
See about the guy that won the Sunday Million when it was like 13 million guarantee or whatever it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
His highest cash before that was $90.
And now he never has to work again. And as we was only saying on the live stream last night, as we said, we've had plenty of people through LPPL that have won Vegas trips and turn those trips into $50,000, $60,000 whilst on holiday.
So, can Bev make it heads up?
She's got every chance now.
Bloody Mark Scargill has just taken a screenshot. He took a screenshot of when he had the Ace-3 versus Aces. Took a picture of it. It's just sent it to me when that's how you play Ace-3.
We know. We know. Wish I could play Ace-3 like that. It just never seems to work when I run Ace-3 into Aces.
And he just told me he laddered to fourth, and I'm like, I know, we're streaming it. Oh, I'm looking at Bev goes in third.
We've got a little bit of a chip lead here. Heads up, just a small amount.
How do you fold for 49,000?
I don't know. And as I said, we've seen Marshall be quite an aggressive player. Surely he's just going to shove. There we go.
It's all
That'll
over.
do it. Well done, Marshall.
Yeah, very well played, Marshall. That was a good game, that one tonight. Mark Scargill has just said, good comments about me, I hope. Nope.
And you said that Mark's going to be on next week, did you say?
Yeah, he's on Saturday night. He just asked me how Bev's doing. They're in the same house and he don't even know.
That's not good. Did they have any hands against each other? They had a falling out. Is one playing from the garden now, maybe?
Oh, she's upstairs. She mustn't go out. She might just be a bit ill, but there we go. So I'm not going to play the 9 o'clock game. And this is actually the shortest stream we've had for a while.
Yeah, I mean, we've always played it out to the winner, but it's usually been about nearly 10 o'clock when that's happened, hasn't it?
Yeah. We've had some late ones. So, everyone who's tuned in, thank you very much. There we go. You can all see how much money I've got on my Party Poker account now, which I don't really want you to see. So, we'll put the lobby up. I don't have much money. Yeah, we're back on Thursday night for the playoff, which the top 3 win a seat into the bronze final on Friday night. I'm just going to go through those prizes for next week, just in case anyone's not aware of them, weren't aware what they qualified for. You will get an email telling you what you've qualified for. So as long as you've played 8 games, if you're not in the top however many on your leaderboard, you play the bronze final. The playoff, Thursday night. And bronze final, 4th through to 8th get £25 party poker credit in their account. 3rd gets 50, 2nd gets 100, and the winner gets a Malta weekend plus €150, and the top 3 go into the silver final. There is prize money for the silver final table again. 5th through to 8th get £25 credit. 4th gets 50, 3rd gets 100, and the 1st and 2nd get a Malta weekend with spending money, plus entry to the gold final, and this is when it gets serious. I think you're in the gold final, aren't you, Dave?
Yes, yep.
So, gold final, 7th and 8th, £50 credit. 5th and 6th, £75. 4th gets £100 credit. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot compared to what everyone else has been getting, but the top 3 is where it really changes. 1st, 2nd, 3rd all go to Vegas for a week.
And trust me, it's a very good trip. We've done it. We've done it before.
The top 3 also get a free entry into the 60-player cap grand final LPPL Vegas 10K, which is going to be played at the Festival of Poker 2021 on between Thursday the 4th and Sunday the 7th of March next year. You can only win entry into that by satellites. You can't buy in. The winner of that event will be playing in the main event in Vegas. You win a trip to Vegas.
$10,000 buy-in.
Yeah, you win a trip to Vegas, $1,000 spending money, entry to the main event. 2nd place gets £2,000 in cash, and 3rd place gets £1,000 in that grand final. Everyone who makes the final table in that grand final, whoever wins and plays the main event, they will keep 70% of their winnings, and the other 30% goes to the grand finalists. Which, imagine that. Like,
yeah, even if you're not playing it yourself, you've still got something to look forward to. You've still got something to reel, you know. You're going to be checking up on that player every day, making sure that they're getting there. And then if they make some money, you make some money from doing absolutely nothing. You can't complain at that.
Yeah, that's...
Let them do the hard work.
And I'm sure that the rail that you have in Vegas, if you do get really, really deep in that tournament, will be nothing compared to the rail on the forum. Like, the forum rail from the LPPL family is going to be insane for that trip.
And as we said, we've seen it before. We've seen El Donko, Chucky, Liam getting these final tables at WSOP, making tens of thousands of dollars. So if you didn't qualify for the finals next week, it's only just started the new qualifying period from yesterday, 1st of May. So get playing these games and get in for the next one.
There's so much added value. It's insane. So the prizes for this month's qualifying period: 3 Las Vegas weeks, plus entry to the main event satellite. 5 international poker weekends, so you can go to Malta, Prague. You get 3. There's going to be 3 national poker weekends, so they're like the APAT events, and 13 other cash places. It's crazy. The prizes have just gone up astronomically because it's moved online, and we're seeing a lot of old players come back as well, aren't we?
Yeah, so obviously we're hoping that once everything does get back to normal and once we're playing back in the pubs and everything, that people will still be showing up because, although this is like super useful to have all of these online games and we can't leave the house, you can't beat a live game, when you're there with your friends playing there. So
And if
remember,
you,
as soon as it starts again, get involved. Make sure you're still going down playing the live games too.
yep, and if you do win one of the entries into the grand final for the main event seat, you're going to need some live poker practice. What better place than your local?
Exactly. Play a game for free, get some practice in, qualify for the finals, and try and win some more prizes.
Get all your bad plays out of the way now when it's costing you for your drinks, rather than in Vegas when it's life-changing money. Right, I think we're going to end the stream there. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. We will see you next Thursday, and thank you very much, Dave.
Yeah, no problem. Catch you all next week.
See ya. Bye.